Scorpio, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your May shift reading. We are looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for you. So before we get into cards using the Slow Holler Tarot, as I was meditating on your energy, I asked for an image that could come to me that you might find useful to work with this month. And I saw a literal scorpion dancing with another scorpion in like a contentious kind of way. And then it was like, and you were like exactly mirroring each other. And then as you got closer to one another and like the tension built, it was like I saw you raise a stinger to sting the other one, but it was like when you did, you tapped glass because it was actually a mirror of you this whole time. And I feel kind of a sense of infuriating exasperation upon hearing that visual. Or perhaps upon realizing that this like battle this whole time was really with yourself, or was a reflection for you of your own. It's really a lot of Mars energy. And then interestingly, Scorpio, as I was pre-shuffling the Illuminated Earth Oracle for the extended reading for you, oh, this just flew out too. Oh my gosh. A card flew out, which was reflection. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That's exactly what I saw, that this battle between two scorpions was actually just a reflection for you of your own stuff, of your own self, of your own fire, maybe. Interesting. And then this card was at the bottom of the deck. And this is the exact energy, is like the mirroring. There's contention here because the energies are the same. It's the same fire meets fire, and pff. And then this card just flew out as I grabbed the deck to show you, which is vulnerability. Dun da da. Probably the core root of whatever this is, whatever this energy is. So, okay, you got 3 cards from your extended reading already in this half of the reading. Scorpio, let's get into cards. First, we are going to ask, what is the shape that Scorpio is shifting out of in the month of May? Funny, because I was just about to say, I just got real quiet. You know, like I just felt real quiet, and then 2 of Swords. This energy of like going within, blocking things out in order to seek within you. But also in this card in particular, it's showing up for me as like moodiness or emotional contention or like defensiveness. A blockage that is it's interesting that we have this blockage over the heart with 2 knives, needing to defend the heart, and then we had vulnerability. Yeah. There, and it's like there's something you're not seeing. And I say that, again, the two of swords is also indicating a mirror. It's like you're not seeing how whatever contentious situation this is in your life is actually you. Like I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's a mirror of you. Whatever the other person is doing is somehow mirroring you, or somehow a mirror of you. And it's like difficult for you to see that. And I say that because the Two of Swords is normally depicted as someone blindfolded, someone unable to see. And then I'm looking in this card at the full moon, which is full illumination, fully illuminating the emotional quality of this situation. Okay, Scorpio, let's look at the shape you're shifting into in May. Let's keep getting clarity on this. Whoa. Okay. There's a lot of cards. Cool, cool, cool. Well, since all these cards came out, let's just go one more. Interesting. Just give me a second. The shape you're shifting out of and the shape you're shifting into. Shifting out of the Two of Swords into the Page of Swords, or in this deck, the Student. One who is learning about themselves, and can we talk about the mirror? This reflection energy is in like all of these cards really being emphasized. Whatever, like moving out of this energy of sort of contentious defensiveness, or like emotional feeling defensive, is what I'm getting from this particular Two of Swords, and blocked off, and perhaps unable to access your vulnerability as a result. And then you're shifting into the Student, which is being able to say, oh, okay, I see why. You know? This came out for the Cancer reading as well. I think it was Cancer. I see why I act that way, or why that other person is acting that way, and how that's a reflection of my own perception, or my own communication, or my own, it's a reflection of your own communication style, perhaps, because look, there's the sword here. It's like you've got this knife at the ready, which is the defensiveness I was feeling. And it's like you're leading with that, stabby, and perhaps not realizing it. And this is the moment of you seeing that clearly. And perhaps, I said this in the Cancer reading, even like seeing it as like a rear view mirror, like looking in the rear view mirror and seeing the reasons why. And or picking up on past patterns of yours that are contributing to this, like energy. And that, like, yes, clearly it takes two to tango. Like, it is the other person as well, fire meeting fire, but it's like, it's not just the other person. It's a reflection for you too, somehow. And like the solution to all of this, or the point of all of this, maybe I should say, is this vulnerability, this softly unfolding. Okay, what does that shape shift look like for you? Well, we start off with your energy. Death, Traveler of Stones, or the Knight of Pentacles, and the Magician. Powerful cards, really powerful cards. The Death energy is, it's like something, a cycle needs to come to an end, you know? I've never cared about this in this card before, but I'm being really drawn to the empty teeth sockets. What's that about? Empty teeth sockets. What? I mean, listen, Saturn rules the teeth, right? And bones, the teeth. Something about a cycle, a cycle needs to end here. There's like something that needs to be learned, and Saturn is a teacher. Saturn comes in and tries to teach us about ourselves, tries to teach us about our repeating patterns or whatever, it's like, and this is you learning about your own communication style or your own behavior, your own thought processes. So you have the teeth. Could just be alluding to that missing element in communication. I don't know, but regardless, there's an ending of some sort here with the Death card. And there's a release. Death is the ultimate release. It is the ultimate letting go. For everyone involved, for the person dying and for the people around them witnessing that transition. So this is a transition. This is an ending, maybe to this like contentious situation. And look at this. I just said it's a release, it's a letting go. And then look at that. We have this release, we have this letting go, we have this. Ew, why am I seeing this? I hate teeth stuff. Why am I seeing this? I hope you know. I'm seeing this as the missing teeth that you've been holding on to, gripping in your hand. You got me on this, Scorpio. And then I'm seeing you needing to release them. I'm feeling a little bit of your own stubbornness here, just because of the wanting to hold on to those teeth. And it's like, this is a dead version of you. When I first saw this card, I saw this as like an old skull of yours from like a past life incarnation or something. I'm like, why are you still holding on to them teeth? And maybe this Saturn energy I'm feeling is Saturn/Pluto coming in and saying, hey, Scorpio, those past lessons, it's time to learn them. It's time to see them clearly and to allow them to be released into the water and flow downstream. Unraveling the cycle. Big time release, big time letting go so that you can lighten your load moving forward, because then we have this like huge like energy shift with the Magician. It almost feels like this Magician is sort of like I looked at the Magician and I'm like questioning whether it belongs in this reading or not. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the Magician like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? But there's a power with the Magician. I'm like about to tell you the traditional interpretation of it, and I can feel that's not the message, so bear with me. I'm just gonna say this and maybe it'll lead somewhere. I'm being drawn to the fan as this like performance tool, a tool for performance. And now I'm being drawn to this unfolding, unfurling actually as the same fan. Okay, I think I'm understanding this. I hope you're like down for this process journey that I'm on here, or else this is going to be pretty boring. Now I'm noticing that the knife is actually, the blade is turned towards you. I see. Thank you. Oh my God. Sometimes it's like painful to open up and release and allow this message to come through however it does. Defaulting to contentious fire conflict energy is combative energy, blocked heart energy seems to be part of this dynamic with another person. And I say that because of this, that is like a mirror for you, but it's a mirror really specifically for the way that you point that at yourself. You know, it's like you're talking to others in the way that you talk to yourself, maybe. You're directing energy at others in the same way you direct energy to yourself. And the way you transmute, transform, totally end that, release that, let that go, and begin to unravel that old, I'm seeing this as like actually the dead hand that is attached to this rotting corpse that you used to be. Like, as you release this, it's almost like it karmically unravels and disintegrates, is allowed then to begin to decompose for real. And then there's like a start of a whole new you. With this vulnerability. A whole new way of understanding power, because the magician has power, you know, power to create, power to make, power to use all of the tools and resources at their disposal to take action. But it's like, this is learning how to take action through vulnerability, the unfolding of vulnerability, rather than to take action in this way. Why did I feel a performance? Maybe it'll feel kind of silly at first, you know? Maybe to you it'll feel like you're performing vulnerability. Or maybe in your life you have, up until this point, been performing vulnerability rather than, and like, but it's like in that performance, you're actually hiding behind an illusion of vulnerability, but it's not actual vulnerability, you know? And it's like actual vulnerability would be to then like start here and then open up even further and then open up even further and then open up even further. You know, it's more personal than performative. And it may not be how you're used to taking action on things. I'm kind of being drawn to the number 1 being like at the beginning of something. I'm also getting this idea that you're being watched by others or by another. So I'm feeling like you have to kind of model this so that others can learn it. Something like that. Wild reading, Scorpio. We're going to end your reading here with an Octospamin podcast card. For those of you who don't know, this is just the first half of your May shift reading. I'm going to take this into an extended, which you already got a little taste of with the Illuminated Earth Oracle cards that just absolutely had to come out for you. I'm going to take this into an extended now and use some other decks to get further clarity. Let's see if we can get a little more specific with this energy and see exactly what this is and how it's playing out and what the advice is for you. So if you'd like to view that extended reading, stick around. At the end of this, there will be a little preview of what that extended gets into. If it still resonates and you'd like to view it, click the link in the description below and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon is an online community I've created for folks who've been following my work for some time, and if that's you and you know it resonates with you and you'd like to dive deeper, head over to Patreon, read the full description that's over there so you know how it works, and I'll send you the extended for May. Okay, Scorpio, let's get you a final word for May for Scorpio. Be grateful for all the things that didn't happen. Yeah. Yeah, Scorpio, because this is some really contentious energy I'm feeling. And if you're finding yourself in like headbutting kind of battles with somebody and they feel really intense, perhaps there's a bit of advice here to be like, it could have been worse. It could have been worse, my friend. Could have been worse. Interesting. Okay. All right, Scorpio, we're going to go into the extended now. Maybe I'll see you over there. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this reading, please do click the like button on this video. Maybe leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonated. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and we'll stay connected moving forward. Take care, Scorpio. I'll talk to you soon. I like this because it's actually, both of these cards are showing a flower growing. This flower up here is at once shedding its petals, but it's like it's shedding its base layer petals so that it can continue to unfold from the center. Interestingly enough, you know, if you are to continue to unfold from the center, vulnerability, you've got to shed and make room for that unfolding by shedding some of these lesser petals that you don't really need anymore, in favor of something new blooming, something new growing. Ace of Wands. A new expression of fire. That's what I just got. A new way to channel your fire.